All right. Hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? Morgan Heitzma here, Director of Technology and Innovation for the Experience Brokerage Network. So excited to be coming to you today, this Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. We're going to be picking up our last Wednesday's study hall. And the last two topics that we had were campaigns as well as smart plans. So for those of you who are looking to learn a little bit more about your campaigns and your smart plans, we're going to be discussing that here today. Also wanted to let you guys know that we do have this class every single Wednesday at 10 a.m. So if you guys are looking for any additional help or topics to discuss within your KW Command platform, just come visit us every Wednesday, 10 a.m. As long as we don't have any like holidays or big classes or trainings that we have to sneak off to, we're typically here for you every Wednesday. All right, let's go ahead and jump right in here. So first and foremost, we have our campaigns and our smart plans. I didn't put a third one up here just because our last class, it took me a whole hour to cover the designs topic. So we covered our designs last week. And this week we're going to try and apply those designs to, say, either a campaign or the building inner workings of a smart plan as well. So we'll try and carry that onward here today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. The Google Chrome browser works the best when you're using the command platform. So if you're using Safari, Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge, things like those types of browsers, you may run into a page or two within the KW command platform that just doesn't load correctly or gives you that forever spinning wheel, stuff like that. So we always start off, like to say, use the Google Chrome browser for the command platform, and things should work a little smoother for you. Now, how to access command. It's going to be agent.kw.com. If this is your first time with us, it's going to be agent.kw.com. Notice how I did not put 3 W's in here. If I put www.agent.kw.com, it may take me to something that looks like this. Your connection is not private. I mean, we could always bypass that by clicking advanced and going down here. Let's see, right here, agent.kw.com. However, it may just kind of hinder you and not let you be able to move forward. So again, just make sure not to add those wwws when typing out agent.kw.com. If you type out that URL correctly, you should be taken to this page right here. This is the command sign-in page. It's going to take the same login that you use for your MyKW, the same login that you use for your KW Connect, as well as your Kelly app. So this is just going to be your standard KW login, okay? So generally, it's the first letter of your first name followed by your last name. If it's a pretty common combination like John Smith, it may have a number associated at the end here. Now, keep in mind, you are able to change this within your MyKW to like your full name or any other variation, but just know that generally it will be your first letter of your first name followed by your last name. And then go ahead and enter your password and then click sign in here. Now, we're not going to spend too much time navigating the KW command platform. We're only going to go to these 2 icons here that we see on our left. Right down below me, our topics are going to be our campaigns as well as our smart plans today. So if we go ahead and click on the red KW square on the top left-hand corner and make our way to campaigns here, it should look like a megaphone. And this is going to be the home page of your campaigns. Okay, so this is just like your dashboard. This is pretty much little snippets of marketing material campaigns that you can shoot out just at a glance. Now, before we get too heavy inside of the campaign section right here, it's very important to go through the basics and make sure that everything is set up correctly. So chances are you may have already completed your marketing profile, but if you have not, or if it's been a while and you may need to update some information, let's go ahead and head over there first, just to make sure that everything is set up correctly. So go ahead and click on your name, and then we'll click on settings right here. And inside of our settings, on the left-hand side, you should see the skinny little section right here. Let me full screen it for you. And on this left-hand side right here, we should find where it says Connect Settings. And there should only be one option in this drop-down right here, which is your marketing profile. Now, your marketing profile is going to be little bits of information that always appear on your marketing and your content. And we can set that up here where you don't have to always put your headshot and put your information on all of your pieces of content. It'll automatically draw that info right here from your marketing profile. So if I click on marketing profile right here, you see this is where you add your headshot. This is where you add your team logo, first name, last name. So if you have a last name change, you can change that right here. License number, job title, and so on. So if you scroll down here, you also have your office phone number, mobile phone number, KWE, or preferred email address that you'd like your clients to be responding back to you, and so on. Website, here's your Market Center brokerage logo. And if you guys, if you don't have your Market Center brokerage logo, we can just travel over to KW Tech Help really quick. So it's going to be kwtechhelp.com. And I'll drop this in the chat box for you guys. Let's see here. There we go. Dropped it in the chat box for you guys. kwtechhelp.com. If we click on our resources tab right here, you guys should see a button that says ASD Google Drive. Now, on this ASD Google Drive, what we'll do is we'll give that a click, and then you should have Market Center logos. Where go ahead and find your Market Center, and these should have your logos all here for you. So again, if you're looking to get your Market Center logo onto your marketing profile, you can do that by going to kwtechhelp.com, resources, ASD Google Drive, and then you guys should have your Market Center logos file. So we'll back out right here. And then as long as everything looks correct right here, we will want to make sure to add all of our social media, things like that. Once everything looks correct, we can hit save, and then this should save our marketing information. There's going to be one last little piece that you want to do after you save your marketing profile, and it's this little tab right here where it says use my information to brand my agent's site. We just want to toggle this on right here. So make sure that this is green, so all of your branded information gets attached to your marketing. All right, jumping back over here, we'll click on the red KW square, make our way to campaigns right here. We already kind of covered the dashboard. Just kind of gives you little snippets of what you can kind of just like quickly send out. Within campaigns, we can do a number of different campaigns here. So think of campaigns as a bulk, right? So a bulk send, as in like a massive one send off to a lot of people. Smart plans, on the other hand, again, very similar, but these are specific groups of people that you want to attach tasks and emails and things like that too. So I'll get to smart plans here in a moment. Again, campaigns, think of this as an email blast or social media blast, things like that. There's going to be one last thing that I forgot to show you guys here, and that's going to be this connected accounts right here. We're going to want to make sure that we have all of our social media accounts connected. As you see, my connected channels, I don't have Twitter or Google AdWords right here, but I do have Facebook and my email set up. And we can go ahead and click on Manage right here, and you can see where your connected accounts are connected from. So here you can see, you can view that. You can connect a new Facebook account and so on, post scheduling. And there's going to be two options. There's going to be an Ads Manager option and a post scheduling option. Now, I hate to flip-flop with you guys and go back and forth, but we're going to jump back into the settings one more time because I forgot to show you that there's going to be some applications that we may need to connect as well. So if you're using social media, for example, we're going to want to look for the two Facebook and Twitter, the two Twitter connected apps right here. So whatever you have for your social media, just go ahead and connect it. And there is a difference between post scheduling and Ads Manager. Think of post scheduling. So post scheduling is going to be as if you created, say, 10, 20, 30 pieces of marketing material, and you wanted to schedule them out to post on a daily basis for you, right? Or on a periodic basis. So you don't have to spend that time every day jumping into Facebook and posting that yourself. So if you have a couple pieces of great content, we can schedule that out to be once or twice a week that will post on your behalf. And that's going to be the post scheduling right here. So, and this goes to your internal group of friends right here. So this is anybody who's liked your page, and not an external leads grabber. Now this down here, the Facebook Ads Manager. Facebook Ads Manager is going to be the opposite. So this is social posts is for your internal group of friends. Ads Manager is going to be external, hunting for leads. Okay, so here on Ads Manager, you're going to be creating an ad. You're going to be paying money for that ad to be sent out to random people that you don't know who may be interested in your product. So social post is going to be free. Paid ad is going to be paid, of course, right? So, and again, if you guys have any questions, through this class here today, just shoot them in the comments down below. I should be able to respond back to you as well. All right, jumping back over here. So as long as we have our social media connected, and again, connect your Gmail, scroll all the way down here to email services, make sure your command email is set up correctly, and so on. If you have Twilio, if that's something that you're interested in, you can do that as well. We'll cover that in a different class, though. All right. Now we can jump back to campaigns here, okay? So we got our marketing profile set up, and we also connected all of our social media platforms. So Facebook, Twitter, things like that. So now we can jump into our campaigning right here. And on the top right-hand corner, we have this blue Create button. And on this blue Create button right here, we have 5 different options that we can choose. You'll notice that 2 of which are paid, and then you have 3 additional. So the social ad, again, this is exactly what I was talking about. You're targeting outside individuals in hopes of gaining leads, okay? So, social posts, this is just to keep content relevant and up to date with your internal group of friends or people who have liked your business page. Google ad, search ad. I haven't really used this too much, to be honest with you, but this would be as if you go to google.com and you Google search for something, and then let's just see right here. Let's go Facebook, and more often than not, you should have, let's just go window cleaning. If you type in something generic, you should have things that say ad right here that pop up ad, and then you get down to the businesses that are in your area, or then you get to other websites right here. But generally, if you type in something generic on Google search, people who pay for these Google ads, these search ads, will typically appear up top here. So that's what the Google search ads are for. Social posts, again, your internal group of friends. Direct mail. So if you want to send farming out to geolocation, we can do that here. And then email campaigns. So for your database, if you want to send email campaigns out, we can do this at a number of different with a number of different options. So let's go ahead and let's do email. Let's do email first. Let's start there. Now, on an email campaign, right off the bat, we get asked to add this campaign name. Now, nobody else will see this but you, so this is just for your reference, so you know what this email campaign is for. So I'll just write test campaign summer newsletter. So there we go. I know this is going to be a test of my summer newsletter. And I'm just going to click other right here. And if you have MailChimp connected, you'll have 2 options down below right here. But there's one thing that's pretty important when it comes to your MailChimp and your command email. And that's the fact that MailChimp, you're only able to create 1 email list. So it's not quite effective for us in the way that we like to run our business. So, we like to create a number of different groups, like our Mets, our haven't Mets, our sphere of influence, and be able to send out geolocation, right? So Roseburg, Cottage Grove, Salem, things like that. You can actually set different groups or lists of individuals that you can send emails out to. With MailChimp, you're only able to do that with one. So that's why we have command email right here for you to be able to create a number of different lists. So command email will be the best to use. MailChimp, I would only use this if you run out of email sends per month. Command email gives you 5,000 free email sends per month. And if you run out of that, you can always purchase and upgrade more. I think it goes from 5,000 to 10,000 for like $5 or $10 a month. And then MailChimp gives you 2,000 free email sends per month with only one list. So I would say use this kind of as a backup as you need it, but command email is going to be the best one for you. So I just clicked create a command email right here. So this is first and foremost, it's just going to say what my test campaign is, what my campaign name is. And I just wrote out test campaign summer newsletter. On the right-hand side, this is what your newsletter is going to look like, what your design is going to look like. So as you see, it says email preview. Number 2 right here on your account, you cannot change this. You can only change this in the settings right here. So again, when we go to our settings, you can change command email. Click on that manage button. You should be able to change this to anything that you want. That's the only place you can change it. Send to. So who do I want to send this email to? So as you see right here, I have a recipients list. Now I already made a whole bunch of different tests. As you see, they all say test right here. But if you don't have anybody, no groups created for your email campaigns yet, no worries. We can just click on this create list button right here. And this is how I would start to organize your list, okay? So keep in mind, once you create these lists, you can always create a different email campaign and still choose this list, okay? So think of it as once it's created, it's there for you to use until you edit or delete it. So I'm going to be very generic with this. I'm going to just choose my Mets or my haven't Mets, my sphere. I'm just going to write new leads right there. So and once I establish my list name, then I can start to go off of that. So this is just going to be all my new leads that are going to go into this list right here. Now, the easiest way to do this is as long as your contact is inside of your command database, they should be able to be found right here. Now, for example, I'll type my own name. And as you see right here, I have my two names right here. If I type Jet's name in, you'll see Jet appears right here. If I type Bob in, I don't think I have a Bob in my database. If I type Bob in, you'll see Bob does not appear here. So this is one way that you can build a list out, but this is not the most recommended way. The most recommended way would be if you were to, I'll delete this name right here. If you were to click on tags right here, and if you first tag your database out with your Mets, your haven't Mets, your Cottage Grove, your Eugene, things like that, you'll be able to actually just select that tag very easily and have that be your email group. So as I see, I have an executive team right here. I have 3 individuals, and I can just select all right here and then confirm. So that's how easy it is to create email lists. If you don't have your contacts tagged out, it may be a little bit more difficult. So sometimes you may, when you're creating lists, you may have a whole bunch, and at the very bottom here, you may have a number at the end, and it may ask you, it may have a little arrow that points to a next page. All we'll be doing at that point is just saying that they don't have enough space to put on one page for you, so we'll just select all, we'll scroll all the way down, we'll choose the next page, select all, the next page, and so on. So And this is your tally right here on the top right hand corner. So this is how you'll make sure that you'll have multiple pages selected. And that's how you create a create an email list. So I just hit create here. Now if I choose this recipient list, it should have new leads right here. Now I'll go all the way up and I won't press send because, you know, this will just send some random template to these guys. But as we scroll down here, number 4, we actually have the option to change our send from. Okay, so we can't change our account. That's changed through our settings here, but we can change our send from. So if you want to change your name, you know, like for example. Oh, I have to hit edit right here. For example, if I wanted to change... Okay, so it just actually sends you back. So it just sends you back to your command email where we can manage, and then we can just change it this way. Oops. And this is where you'd be able to change your first and last name, change your emails, and things like that. You can also see how many emails you've sent for the month. So again, it looks like they won't let you change it here, much like the count on number 2. But again, it both takes you to the same place where you can go and edit. Now your subject line. This is where you can be creative. I'm just going to be pretty dull here, and I'm going to write summer newsletter. There we go. And here comes the fun part. So number 6, last but not least, we actually have to throw a email design inside of this this campaign here. So I'm going to select design right here. Now we kind of covered this a little bit before, I think, on our last our literally last Wednesday. So here I'll just go ahead and I'll click on that Modern Newsletter B. It should jump me open into that Modern Newsletter B where we were working on last week. And again, this is the live copy, okay? So if you edit or change anything, it'll reflect that on basically the hard copy. So so I'm just going to use this as an example here. If you guys were here with me last week, you guys will know that we just kind of slapped something together here. And then I'm just going to hit save and exit. And now you'll see that on the right-hand side here, you'll start to see that email come through. And now at the very last section here, I'm going to scroll all the way back up top here, and you have 3 options. You have send, schedule, and save as a draft. I'm sure we all know how to send, and I'm sure we all know how to save as a draft, but I just want to bring our attention to the schedule button right here. We'll give this a click, and this is how you would actually be able to send out your summer newsletter, say, at the 1st of the month. You know, so this is where you'll actually be able to date it out. So time and date, you can schedule that here. On smart plans, it's going to be a little bit different for you, where you are going to be able to set a delay of days, okay? So setting a date is different than setting a number of days, because you can set something for every 2 weeks or every 30 days. But some months may have 31 days in them, right? So so they are going to be a little bit different. So that's why I say this is kind of like a big bulk send for your clients. I'm going to back out of here, and then I'm going to jump into create a campaign again. I'm going to choose direct mail. I'm just going to write test right here, and then I'm going to click other. And then here you have 2 options, a default template provided or custom template. I'm going to choose default template provided. It looks like it's already selected. I'm going to click create campaign right here. Now, just to let you know, they are working on this listing thing right here. So if you guys run into any issues where you're like, I want to send out a branding postcard, but I don't have a listing yet, just know that they are currently working on getting rid of this from these sections right here. I think they're only going to have it on the listing side. However, it may take another week or so. So listing details, we'll go ahead and minimize that for now. But if you guys have a listing, we can go ahead and type in 123 Main Street. There you go. Well, I'll go ahead and I'll select a listing if you guys do have one. Sometimes you'll run into an issue where it won't pull up listings for you. I always go from show only my listings to show all listings. This is where you'll probably find your listing hiding out. So let me try this again. 1, 2, 3. Sure. I'm just going to select this one right here. And then look, it automatically pulls in that description for you, as well as that pricing. You may have to change the listing status as well as bedroom, bathroom. Listing photo right here. It automatically pulled in some listing photos, so we can go ahead and we can change this resolution, low resolution on picture. That's okay. Go ahead and hit save right here. So we may have to fix that. I'm just gonna remove the image. I'll hit save again. Gosh. Okay, I don't. This is let me change my listing. See if I have something a little bit better that has a little better image. So only my listings to all listings. And let's see if this has, there we go. Hopefully this has a little bit better image. And I'm going to take a little detour here for you guys, just because if you guys run into this issue right here or say, dang, none of my images are loading up like correctly, they give you a little hint right here. Recommended minimum size is 1200 by 800 pixels for best quality. So what I can do is I can actually open this image. I'll open image in new tab right here. And I'll save this image. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to right click on this image and I'm going to edit with Paint 3D. So nothing fancy, but if you guys ever have resizing issues, again, I'm a little old school, so I kind of do it this way. Let's see, what was that sizing? 1200 by 1800 pixels. Okay, so we'll go back to our Microsoft Paint right here. If I click on Canvas and I lock both of these sizes, well, let's do this. Resize image. And I go, was it 1800? That should be a big enough size without distorting it. And then I'm just going to hit save again. And watch what happens when I upload and replace. Here, let me go to this one. Upload and replace this image. It should work perfectly fine for me, and it took me just a few seconds. So don't be too stressed. See, look, it's perfectly fine now. Don't be too stressed on the way that your resolution or your sizing comes out, because it's very easy to fix, okay? Agent is going to be you. Look, it pulled all that information from your marketing profile that we were working on. You can always adjust as well if it doesn't look quite right. Market Center. This is again pulling from your marketing profile. Targeting right here. Local targeting. We do local I can do local targeting, or I can target my database, right? So another great way, if you have a client appreciation event or something like that, we can go ahead and we can target that way. If you want to target by geolocation, like around the area, we can do that as well. I pulled one from a different location. So from, what was that? Let's go back down to Oregon. And then I can write Eugene right here. There we go. And then I can hit save. And then there's another cool option right here for you. I forgot to show you on the right-hand side. We can preview the postcard. So this is what the postcard looks like. Here's the front side. Here's the back side. So again, gives you the description, bedroom, bathroom, pricing, your information, gives you a picture of the listing, and so on. So pretty decent. And again, we didn't spend nothing more than probably about 10 minutes on just throwing this together. Next, you have an option right down here. This is your postcards. So it showed us that red one right here. That's because this is what we have selected. I believe the larger in size that it goes, the larger the price for these. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like on this size. And as you see, this default template right here, we may need to change this picture sizing again. So again, we'll just do that same thing, Paint 3D, and so on. Or if you're running on a Mac, whatever the equivalent of a Mac's Microsoft Paint would be. And there's a QR code right down here. So this QR code, if they scan it, so it says right down here below, it says add a QR code to your postcard. Once scanned by the recipient, they can be taken to a page where their contact information is captured and tracked back to this campaign. So once they scan this, their info will be brought back to you in your database. So pretty cool. You can also, if you turn this tracking on, it also sends them to a predetermined web page of yours on your agent site. Excuse me, agent site or landing page. So if you have a landing page just promoting this one listing, you can have a QR code and land just straight to, let's say, new agent site Eugene highlights. So here you can actually direct them to a page just on this listing where they can be able to see more statistical information. Next, we can go to configure targeting up at the top right here. Ooh, let's see. Okay, it looks like max 350 characters are allowed. This description was just a little bit much, so let's see if I delete this last couple sentences. There we go. We'll hit save right here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, we'll just change all these things up just really quick here. Perfect. Okay, so it looks like everything's connected now. I just had to fill in a few other bits of stats right there. And then on the top right, of course, we have our save as a draft, or we can configure our targeting again. So I'm going to say yes, I'm sure I want to create this campaign. We'll give this a click here, and then we'll be taken to our next page. All right, on this next page right here, this is going to show us what this geolocation pool is. So I just wrote, I just wrote Eugene, and I gave an area code. And so I think this is where it's kind of trying to run off of. So here we have all these homes right here that we can select. So like, for example, property type, we can select single family or multifamily. Say I only want to target the multifamily homes. Some of these should disappear here. There you go. You see things are starting to get a little bit more spread out. Let's do single family homes. Oh yeah, let's just do multifamily, right? No, single family. I can't decide. Let's do all. Okay. Here you can see number of targeted homes, right? So how many homes do I want to target? Do I want to target a whole bunch in my area, right? Do I want to target probably just about, do I only want to send out maybe 124 postcards out, right? So here we can actually be a little bit more strategic. Now, since I believe this is the, I'm not sure where they pulled this address from, but that's perfectly fine right there. Here we can do bedrooms, square footage, and so on, right? So you can really target the homes that you're looking for. So let me scroll this down a little bit. We'll scroll this up a little bit. We'll wait for this to load up. Might have went just a little too quick on this. There you go. Push this down a little bit. Year up. There we go. And so on. So now, again, look at this. You're starting to see a wide variety of these different stats right here. There we go. So now look, now we can really target what we're looking for. And as we scroll down right here, you have an option, first class or standard postage. And as you see, look, our total gets up updated in real time as we start to narrow down where we want our targeting to go to. So let's see, for 124 homes, $73 in this area, okay? So this is how you'd use your targeting. So I'm going to hit next right here. Next is going to be your payment. And again, they're going to send these out to those individuals on your behalf, okay? So let me back out right here. Oops. Oh no. I backed out one too many times. But as we scroll right here, if you want to view any or remove any, you can do so here. So if you hover over any right here, you're like, ooh, last sold 2014, I don't want that, so we can remove that one there. We can remove this one here. We can remove this one, and so on. So this is how you'd be able to remove your location, your homes. There you go. Let's back out here. What next? Okay, so next we're going to do a social post, okay? So social post, this is how you post or schedule 10 pieces of marketing to your social media platform, to your internal group, to look like you're always busy posting online, okay? So we'll click on social post right here. And right when you click on social posts, let me see, campaign, social post, it automatically pops us into this page right here. Again, left hand side is going to be all the content that we're adding. Right hand side is going to be that preview on what that post looks like. So on the top right here, top left here, it says keep your text short, clear and to the point to keep your message across. Include a short link if you have one. So summer barbecue this July 4th, free for all agents. So there you go. So it was just something that I just wrote here really quick. I also hear that social media these days, they really like to have a lot of like emojis and things like that. So let's see if I can type barbecue. Let's type food. There we go. So then we just throw some food in here. There we go. And then so now we have this this text that's starting to populate right here on the right hand side. So this would be as if you're physically writing it on Facebook. Next, we're going to add the image or the content, and then some more info too. So right down below here it says upload a photo, upload a video, or add a link. Okay, so you have your choice what you want to do. So I'm just gonna click upload video right here. And as you see right here, you have the choice between uploading a video from your computer. You can just drag and drop right here, or you can use a URL. So if you have a YouTube video that you've already pre-recorded, welcoming everyone to this barbecue, you can do that. Here, let me type clients here for you guys. Upload photo right here. So here, if you're already working on like a flyer or a nice piece of social post from your Command Designs, right here, we can click Browse Design Library. And here we can actually throw that up right here. So if I click on this bold flyer, we'll wait for this to load up, and it should start to populate on the right-hand side right here. All right, it said the design was not ready to use. I wonder if I tried to grab a social. I wonder if I tried to grab the flyer, the PDF, when it should have been a marketing, like a social. So let's see if this one will work right here. Give it another second. All right, well, it looks like there's a little technical hiccup with that. I'm sure we can find a quick video here. All right, so I just have a video with my take command in 2 minutes. So I'm just gonna paste that right here. It's just a YouTube link. We'll validate URL. It says it doesn't work. So what I did is I actually grabbed the top link up top here. So let's go ahead and grab this bottom link, this share link right here. Let's see if that works. We'll copy this. We'll paste this right here. We'll validate URL. So it looks like just social posts maybe having a little technical difficulty here today. It should work flawlessly. But again, you know, and working with technology, every once in a while you may come into a technical hiccup. Let me try a different video. Nope. Well, yeah, so if you guys have any issues, just know that it may be a little temporary hiccup. Let's see if I can paste that link right here. There we go. Close enough. All right, and next when we scroll down here, you have a couple different options. You have schedule post and publish immediately. So if you want to publish this right now, you can go ahead and click on this, and it shouldn't give you a day or time. Right when you hit publish post, it should post to your Facebook page. If you want to schedule this out to say like maybe next week, next Monday, we can go ahead and click on this calendar right here on this publishing time and say next Monday at 8 a.m. We'll scroll down a little bit more. You see the time here, 10, 9, 8 a.m. We can schedule this out. So June 14th, 8 a.m. Now here below you have your, again, if we went to our settings and connected our Facebook or our other social media, you should be able to select your pages right here. Since I don't have Twitter connected, I don't have the option for Twitter right here. But if you do, you should see that right down here as well. I can also connect a new account, much like I showed you on the dashboard there, to be able to just quickly connect another Facebook account. Now right here, again, just very easy way to create a social post. You can either save as a draft, you can schedule the post, or you can just roll into creating another post. So I believe that schedules the post and then creates another blank page for you to create another one. So I'm going to schedule this post here. We'll give this a second here. All right. So it won't let me save or schedule as a draft. So again, you guys, if you do jump in here, don't get too frustrated. It's just a temporary, very, very temporary bug. So I'm just going to add that link, paste that right there, validate it. Let's see if my video works over here now. So I refresh the page. Nope. You also have the option for a neighborhood video too. So in designs, again, just like I showed you last Wednesday, you have the option to create a very quick video design where we could do that here. You just enter the stats and they already create a video for you. So let's go ahead and use this as just a quick sample. What's going on in your area? And then so there we go. I just quickly pivoted to a different post here. Again, I'll schedule this post for, let's say, next Monday at 8 a.m. And again, let's see if we can schedule it now. There we go. We'll click schedule post. And on this page, it kind of looks like a calendar where you can actually view all the different posts that you have going out. You see that here? It's like it's a 1 week calendar right here. Since I have my next week, I can either choose this next arrow right up here, and you should see that up here, 8 a.m. I can go ahead and give it a click, and it should show me what that thing actually is, what that post actually is. You can also view a whole month at a time too. This is my personal favorite. I like to view at a month to see what's been what has been already currently been sent out versus what is going to be sent out in the future. That way you can keep track and make sure that everything is moving along swimmingly. And then you also have your list view right down here. One last thing that I wanted to show you is if you don't have time to create these social posts I keep talking about right here, on the right-hand side, you have a couple what we call quick posts. And as long as you hit this share button right here, it should do all the front load work of creating a quick social post for you. Boom. Look at that. And then all you have to do is just really kind of customize it to anything else that you want, right? So if you want to change anything else, like maybe let's change the image, right? We'll change this image to, let's see, what do we got here? I'll change it to this home right here that we just uploaded. And then look at that. Look at this social ad. Super easy. All you had to do is swap out the image. Pretty cool. If you guys have any questions, please shoot them down in the comments down below. I have about 10 more minutes. So I'll see if I can go through the rest of these designs right here. The rest of these campaigns. So we only have social ad left. So I think we can get through this. So I'm going to click on social ads. It's going to be very similar to what you saw on your direct mail. Here we'll just type in a campaign name. I'll try and be a little classier than that. Oh, right, test right here. What is this campaign for? I'm just going to click on other again. And then here you have for social ad, it'll ask you, do you want to run Facebook, Twitter, Instagram? So I'm going to click on Facebook right here. I'm going to click create campaign. And again, if you run into this listing issue, it's very temporary. Here you have your main test copy. Here you're going to be able to do very much like what we did on the social post. So we can write, so summer barbecue for the area. Now your headline's going to be right down below. So this is where it starts to actually look like a real ad right here. So a little description on, there we go. Eugene's 12th annual barbecue, right? Learn more. And then we can actually start to build this out a little bit more. So yeah, I'm using a summertime client appreciation sort of example here. There you go. And then your description right here is going to be right below your headline. So just gives you a little bit more context to what this actually is right here. So the first main copy is going to be as if you were typing it out yourself on Facebook. Headline's going to be the actual event. Description is going to be a small little description on the event. I'll hit save right here. Media. So here we can actually add a picture of a barbecue or a small little video, something like that. Again, I don't think I have anything that's... Here we go. I'm just going to use just a small little image that I chose. Or let's see here. Let's see if I have something... There we go. I think I can make this a little bit better. We have a real barbecue image. Summer barbecue. And since I did, let me crop this image to be a little bit. Okay. Well, I won't spend too much time on that, but I mean, it's a little blurry, but here we go. We have this barbecue, 12th annual barbecue. Facebook settings right here. Since this is an ad going out, you're paying to send this out to people you don't know. It's going to ask you a few questions that it did not ask you during your social post. So right here, it's gonna say your account page and name. So since I'm signed up, I can choose which business page I want. So I'm going to do Morgan's teaching samples right here. There's going to be two options that I really, really want to draw your attention to right here. These, I have to say that what I'm going to show you next is probably going to be one of the most important sections when you are creating a social design, okay? So, not social design, a social ad. This is how you get your leads. When somebody clicks on your ad, this is how it transitions into your command, okay? So there's two options. If you choose the other option, it won't come into command for you. So let's take a look at this. So on your destination right here, on your paid ad, your paid social ad, you have a bubble for Facebook lead generation form and site or landing page. So you have two options right here. And it looks like they updated this with parentheses saying recommended because they wanted to draw your attention to this because I feel like a lot of people were missing this opportunity right here. So Facebook lead generation form, this pops when they click on your ad before they get to the next page. It'll ask them to accept or agree or continue, something like that. Before they actually get to your next page. And when they click on agree and continue, it takes their information, their Facebook information, and puts it into your database as a lead, okay? So that's how important this Facebook lead generation form button is. Site or landing page only takes them to your site or landing page. This Facebook lead generation form, this has a small little buffer in between the two where it shoots their info to your command database and then sends them to your website. So very, 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 very important. Here's a site or landing page if you want to send them to either a Facebook page, YouTube page, Eventbrite, since this is a summer barbecue sign up, or a agent site page or landing page that you've currently already created. Now, when it comes to targeting down here, you have your audience is automatic. Your audience is set automatically. You can customize your audience to set your own values. So I hear mixed signals when it comes to this, mixed opinions. So defer to your best judgment on what works and what doesn't work. Some people like to leave the targeting alone and let the algorithms run themselves. Some people like to set custom targeting. I think the only true way is if you were to set up two of the same exact ads and ran them side by side, one with targeting and one without, to see which one works better. That's going to be my best advice to you. I'm going to hit save right here. There's some fields that they want me to choose, so let's just do this one right here. There we go. Now, duration and budget. Now, again, I have another little tip here for you. This comes in the form of like your timeline as well as your budget, okay? So, here's the thing. Automatically, your duration is set to 10 days before you adjust it, okay? I would get in the habit of setting it 3 to 5 days, no later than 7 days, okay? Because what will typically happen is you will typically see nothing for about a day or two maybe trickle in on day 3, day 4, and then day 5, and then it might slowly start to trickle off day 6, day 7. Okay, so I typically like to say 3 to 5 days, but you can jump up to maybe about 6 or 7 days. But I think that 3 to 5 day range may give you the most out of your duration or your budget. And then your total budget, again, this is I can't speak to anything on your total budget, but one cool thing is Keller Williams is the only real estate company that has partnered with a social media platform, and we've partnered with Facebook. So we get exclusivities with Facebook where they set up a KW account, right? So when you post ads through here and you post campaigns, it actually goes into like a huge like KW account. And the way that they say that these budgeting and these algorithms go is they like to have a big lump sum up front, right? If you spent $1 a day for 500 days, chances are you may not get as big of a return as, say, if you spent $250 for 2 days, right? Facebook, just like any other business, would love to have their money relatively quickly, and the more that you put towards your ads, the bigger kind of attention or VIP status they kind of get. Now, what's cool about Keller Williams is that account is lumped in with all of the agents in KW, so all the agents get to participate in the exclusivities of having that one large account. So KW is looked at as that big VIP account. So if you're pushing ads through command through Facebook, right? If I said that right, chances are you may get a more audience or more attention or more clicks on your social media ads than you would say being a small fish in a big pond on Facebook. So now again, there are people who strongly agree and strongly disagree, right? So again, it's going to be up to you to see what works best with you and your business, okay? If Facebook's running super excellent, you could never get command campaigns to work right for you. Like, who am I to say switch back over, right? So it's all on what works for you and your business. However, I hear that individuals, on average, you should be getting like maybe $1.60, I think $1.37 I've seen before for a lead, and that's pretty impressive. So keep that in mind. And again, it all depends on how good is your ad, how good is your message, that you're getting across, and things like that. So again, that really kind of depends on what you kind of got going on for your social media. Now, I can publish this campaign, or I can save as a draft. I'm going to save as a draft right here. Because full disclosure, you guys, I did not set up any payments. And if you guys are looking how to set up payments, say you got this far and you have some ads and you just don't know how to push them through, we can go to payments up here on the top right next to create campaign. And this is going to be where you can add your payment methods, your first name, last name, credit card info. And then right down below here, you also have your ad spend metrics. So here you can see how much money went towards Facebook, how many went towards Instagram, Twitter, your command email, things like that. So you can start to see where your leads are coming from and where you're getting the best return on these social media platforms. So again, really, really cool to have there. All right, you guys. Now, I know I covered only one topic today, but I'm hoping next Wednesday, we will just cover smart plans. We'll make it another big full class on just smart plans unless other topics came in today. Again, apologies, but kind of not really. I wanted you guys to really get the full effect on your campaigns. Again, any questions, shoot them in the chat box down below. Even after I go, I'll sit on the chat box for a few more minutes and answer any questions that you guys may have. But with that being said, I really want to thank you guys. If you guys want to vote for topics for next study hall, right? Go ahead, vote away, right? You don't have to wait until Wednesday to submit your votes. The votes are actually open all week long. So say it's Thursday or a Saturday, and you're like, man, I'm just really struggling. I really need to get into the study hall and learn about blank. Go ahead and jump in. Shoot that vote out right when you're thinking about it, and we'll get to learning. All right. Thank you so much. Again, appreciate all of you guys. Reach out to me if you need anything.